Howdy, it's Jim Arado. Right now we are driving around, actually just kind of driving through the town of Rockford, Michigan. Rockford, Michigan, and I don't know, just to be honest, I don't know a whole lot about this town, but it seemed kind of nice. There was one business in the area that I liked a lot that I wanted to mention. Yeah, this is just a nice area. We've got family, kind of not too far from here, and we just thought this was a neat little town. So I videotaped or recorded as we drove through, and again we were hanging out in the Grand Rapids area, and I was in the back seat of a van, so I'm just kind of filming, just sort of out the window or by the window there as we're driving around. In fact, I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention. Just happy to be going somewhere, especially right now in the world. It's just kind of nice to be going somewhere when you're going somewhere. So anyway, yeah, so we're driving around, and I was checking Wikipedia. It's kind of a bigger city, Rockford, Michigan. They have a population of about 5,700. Not a whole lot of information on Wikipedia about the town, but there's Wolverine Worldwide, which has an operation in the city, and it's been there for over 100 years. So I thought that was pretty neat. And I also noticed that Dick York, the actor, one of the two actors who played Darren Stevens on Bewitched, is from this town. And I'm almost embarrassed to admit this, but the other day I was watching an old Dukes of Hazzard episode, actually a couple of them, and I saw the actor who played Darren Stevens, and I was like, hey, that's the guy from Bewitched, and I was thinking, oh yeah, that's Dick York. It was Dick Sargent, the other guy who played Darren Stevens in Bewitched. And if you're a fan of old 60s sitcoms and a fan of Bewitched, you know that some people didn't even notice when they switched the actors around on that show. Those two guys, Dick York and Dick Sargent, look a lot alike. Yeah, but anyway, it was Dick Sargent who I saw on Dukes of Hazzard. Actually took the place of Roscoe for a couple of episodes. I think, and I looked it up, Roscoe, James Best, who has some pretty strong Kentucky ties. I'll have to talk a little bit more about that later. But yeah, James Best actually was holding out. He missed a few episodes, wanting, I think, better conditions on the set for him. So he stepped away from the show for about 5 episodes, and Dick Sargent filled in for him. But that has nothing to do with Rockford, Michigan. I did want to mention, though, we stopped at a little business that we actually stopped there several years ago when we were in town. And actually we've been here a couple of times. The last couple of times we've been through Grand Rapids, we've stopped at Herman's Boy in Rockford, which is just a little independent, I don't even know what to call it. They roast their own coffee, they make teas, they sell all sorts of stuff, and it's just a little independent business. I took a few pictures that I'll put up here in just a second. But it's just a cute little place. They're very friendly, and I know our relatives in the area absolutely love it. And long story short, many years ago, when our relatives kind of first settled into this area, they sent us for Christmas several bags of Hermans Boys coffee. It was some good stuff. Yeah, their coffee, it's got a good strong flavor to it, but it doesn't taste overdone or burnt. It's just got a good, man, they know how to do their coffee. Literally, it's one of the maybe 15-20 places that I know of that just consistently makes perfect coffee. You know, it's got good flavor, and they do it right. And I hope you don't mind, and I hope they don't mind me reading directly from their website. But I love a good tradition. I love drinking something that you know has roots over 100 years old. And from their website, from Herman's Boy website, when you click on their information about their coffee, and it says the coffee ranch dates back to 1901 and was founded in downtown Grand Rapids. In 1982, Herman's Boy, the melting pot, purchased the coffee ranch and moved the roasting equipment, cabinetry, and inventory to the downtown Rockford store. Since then, we have been roasting the highest grade coffees from around the world on the premises, with an emphasis on quality and freshness. We also carry over 60 varieties of loose bulk teas, all of which are high grade and feature black, green, white, red, and botanical styles. So yeah, I just think that's pretty neat that when you get coffee there, they're using equipment, in a process dating back way out at this point over 120 years or around 120 years. So obviously they care about doing something and doing it well. And also at their little shop, which was even kind of crowded on the day we were there. They serve all sorts of stuff, and they're big into the big green egg. I know a lot of places are, that's kind of a big thing anymore, and they're big on selling big green egg products and things relating to the big green egg. And they just have a really nice little shop. They also sell fudge, fudge, which is big in Michigan. And they have more than just fudge. I know fudge is just really big up there. They also have a deli. They smoke their own meats. They really go out of their way to kind of, really put their own stamp on everything they do. And it's just a neat little place. And I like it a whole lot. And I remember, again, it was several years ago, the first time we went here, one of the family that runs the place kind of came over and talked to us for a while, and they were just really good people, obviously proud of what they do. And on this particular trip while we were there, they actually came by. One of the family that runs the place, they kind of know our family that's up there, and they came over and talked a lot about how special it is to them, especially around the holidays, that there are families around the world who have to order from Herman's Boy for the holidays. That's part of their holiday tradition, and they take a lot of pride in that. Yeah, like I said, I have some of their coffee, and we usually keep some around. We usually score some from our relatives, during the holidays and that sort of thing. I know one of our relatives will actually buy several pounds of it, and then maybe around Christmas they will throw a pound or two at us. But while we were there, we obviously bought some. We bought some of their tea too. And also they've got a lot of, and they just hire, I'm sure, if they've got family working there, and they've got enthusiastic young people with a good attitude working there too. And you can order a bag of coffee and a cup of, you can get a latte, and they'll make it up for you and ring you up, and that's pretty cool. That's a picture I took of inside the store. And I just, has a really, a real authentically old retro vibe going on. And I like that. I like how you can kind of walk around and you could almost feel like you were, several decades back in time. And there's another picture up here. As you kind of walk forward, there's several shelves of teas and coffees and that sort of thing. And then, they kind of bag up coffee and stuff over here to the left. And I believe that's a little deli area they have. Again, they actually have a lot of space, but it feels smaller because every time I've been in there, there are people. This is a popular place. Again, you can buy lunch, you can buy coffees, to take home or to drink there, and they've just got a whole lot going. Yeah, and I thought that was pretty cool. They have their own branded maple syrup bottles there. I wanted to buy one, but my wife wouldn't let me. She did let me buy a mug, though. We're big into collecting mugs. I've kind of reached my limit, but my wife even likes Herman's Boys so much that she was okay with me buying a mug here, just because it's kind of that special of a place. Yeah, and then they've got these little back rooms too, with cooking supplies. Again, especially relating to the big green egg. And this is, yeah, I know she's found like spatulas and other things that she's needed here before, but they just have a ton of cool stuff, and it's a good clean place. I mean, you can tell that they care about keeping everything spotless. They care about quality, and it's just such a nice little independent place.